Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Tydebo, back with another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well with all this stuff going on, playing a lot of 2K like I am. I have been doing tons of 12-0 accounts, getting them this Galaxy Opal Wilt Chamberlain. I did about 2 or 3 yesterday, and I hop on my own account to play my 11-0 game, and I look up and I end up matching up against no other than Tydebo. If you guys don't know who he is the 100K global tournament champion for Play Now, but he's also one of the top 3 Myteam competitive players in the community. So it was going to be a sweaty game. I knew it was going to be a tough game. Was excited for it, but at the same time, I knew I wanted to capture some footage to show you guys what competitive style play is and how you can improve your game. Some of the mistakes that I made, some of the things that I could have done way better, some of the mistakes that he made, and also some of the things that he does very well, some of the things that I did well. We're going to put it all into a video. Hopefully it'll help you out. Also, check out the video that he put out from his perspective. Very good video, very well done. Check out the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy it. Get some popcorn. Let's go. I wasn't able to get the full game, but we're at the end of the second quarter here. At this point of the game, we're down 9, trying to fight back into the game and just making sure we're not letting up any threes. So we're hedging a lot, switching to different players to make sure we're cutting off those shooting lanes, which is very important when you play somebody that runs the pick and roll or pick and fade style of offense. They're sometimes usually looking to get 3-pointers off of those screens. So as you can see, we're switching over to Dino and Josh Smith, making sure we're closing off those driving lanes for the screens and then trying to get back and bait some steals. We're making sure we're not giving up that 3-pointer. That's the most important thing. DiVincenzo out there and Thon Maker, although they are budget players, they are very good shooters. We're cutting off that passing lane with Josh Smith down there to Lance Stevenson, and right here, when another screen is called, it's a soft hedge with Dino. As soon as I see I get a little bump, I'm switching over to Josh Smith so that I can get to the middle and stop him from shooting that shot. But I also have to stay close to Stevenson just in case he passes it. We get a nice closeout, force a bad shot, and we're able to get the ball back with some time left to, get some offense going at the end of the second quarter. In my last offensive possession of the quarter, you'll notice that I was way too stagnant. When I'm trying to use the screen, I'm standing too still. I'm not using any of the momentum dribble or anything that I can do to get away from the smothered defender, which Ty does a very good job at. No dribble handoffs were used, and then I get a lucky basket that I shouldn't have really gotten. But if I would have approached the offense a little bit different during that play, I would have been able to score. I could have used dribble handoffs. I could have called the screen way earlier, but I got too stagnant. And then this play, I give up a dunk, and we go into the half down 9. All right here to start the half, we're going to break down a defensive mistake that I made where Ty was able to get a nice basket off a pick and pop and then get into the lane because I didn't play my angles right. So off of that screen, I should have been switching over to Dino right now and getting to the center of the lane to cut that drive off as fast as I could. I switched to Julius because I thought he would be making the pass over to the wing, and that was a mistake by me that cost the basket, and I should have been able to get over and hold him for that possession. Now we have to battle back down 11, which is very hard to do because he plays very good defense, like I said. So right here, we had another somewhat stagnant possession where I had to be very patient and pick my spots. I ended up getting a basket due to the patience. It was a late shot, but I made it way too hard for myself to score. But I was still patient, and I noticed that the 2-pointer was open, so I took the 2, was able to get a shot. Even though it was slightly late, I saw he was playing the lane. 1 second left, just take the 2, which is what you have to do sometimes. Stop short and take the 2-pointer instead of going for the dunk. And then when I'm coming up the court this time, I know he's hedging hard on the screen, so I'm trying to create some offense for myself. So right here, Ty makes a small mistake and hedges a little bit too hard, leaving some opening in the middle for me to get through for a dunk with Josh Smith because I wasn't holding turbo when I did that. I just went right through the middle. If I was holding turbo, that would have been a steal because of the angle that he was placed at. But then Ty was able to still get up the court and get a blow-by dunk, which is another mistake that I made, which is we're going to break down right here. All right, so notice on this deep hash drive that I'm on Julius on ball, and I'm not sliding up. One, I should be sprinting if I'm going to stay on ball because he is sprinting. I should be sprinting to cut him off. Then the second mistake I made is I switched to Dino. I should have left him there, and notice 2 players are out on the wing. I could have switched to Josh Smith or Tracy McGrady to go in and cut that off, and the passing lane would have been covered by one of them because they have 2 offensive players standing in one spot. A mistake by me that gave up another costly basket. Something to learn from. Make sure you're stopping the deep hash so that you're able to stop those rim runs. Once you stop that, get them into a half-court offense and you'll be good. All right, this time we're going to go over some quick offensive mistakes that were made in the same possession where I missed some easy opportunities to hit some people wide open to get me some quick buckets to get back into the game a little bit faster. So right here, I come off the screen and Julius Erving is cutting wide open to the basket. Ty was late on his rotation and I wasn't able to capitalize on that mistake. We get an out of bounds call off a nice steal by Bonga. Luckily, we got that out of bounds call. Now we're getting ready to pass the ball in. He's on Rocco right now. He backs up. Look at T-Mac wide open. Instead of making a sub right here, I could have hit T-Mac wide open for 3 because he has so much space. He wouldn't have been able to close out in time and I would have got the shot off instead of forcing this bad shot into a fast break for him once again. He gets a nice pull-up shot to go up even more. All right, this next offensive possession, we're going to go over the difference between Ty's defense versus the rim run in mine. So right here, I beat him. I'm going to the basket. Look who he switches to. See how he switches to the center and now he cuts it off and he can cut off the pass to the outside as well. So the help comes out. He didn't try to stay with me on ball. That's something that you have to get used to doing so that you're able to beat that rim run and cut it off and stay in the passing lanes. I get a dribble handoff because I didn't want to force a pass, trying to protect the ball and get a smart shot, an efficient shot. We get it out to Oscar, nice fake over to T-Mac to get one of our first threes of that quarter to close in a little bit more in the lead. Ty does not give up a lot of threes, so you have to take your threes as you can. He gets a nice one here off a nice dot to the corner. He saw me pinch over at the last second, and I honestly should have just baited the steal because you don't want to give up threes. I would rather him just dunk the ball. Don't allow him to get that 3 in that situation. I'm able to cut the corner here. That time, he does the same thing. I could have kicked it out for 3. Ty switched over to Rocco, and he committed on the dunk. I could have canceled that dunk animation and passed it out to T-Mac for 3. But since he usually baits the steal, I figured that's what he was going to do. So I gave up an opportunity for a 3-point shot because I thought he was going to steal the ball, which is so important when you're baiting. He does a good job at baiting, and that's so good to do to get your opponent to think about what they're going to do. Just like what I do here, a lot of comp players will tell you that zone is not good, but I mix my zone and man in to throw him off because I know how his offense runs, and I just move around so much in my zone. Guys like me or RJ Watt, we're not going to just sit in the zone and let you dot us up. So this was a great possession for us in that zone defense that I like to run. It's the 1-3 run zone hybrid that I have on my channel. Go check it out. You have to be very good at switching around in order for that to work. It does work against comp guys, but you can't just run it all the time. They will 5-out you. They will dot you up, but you have to be able to switch to all players. Throw it in there, mix it up, and you might be able to get some possessions where you throw off their rhythm or make them miss some shots or get some key turnovers that can change the game. All right, real quick off the inbounds, I just want to explain something that I don't think enough people do, or they get too flustered. And Ty called a great double team here right at half court. You can pump fake your way out of it, but I felt like I could have thrown a bad pass anyway. Use your timeouts. It's third quarter, getting ready to go into fourth. I'm going to lose my timeouts anyway. Use your timeouts instead of forcing a bad pass. That is always the better option to do. I wish people would do it more. You double team them and they just go spastic and just throw the ball away. You have timeouts for a reason. Use them. Unless you can pump fake your way out of it, use your timeouts. The pump fake is good, but when it's a deep pass that you have to make after that, I wouldn't risk it. All right, here's where we were able to get some offense going. We had Kareem in against Thon. Now, Thon Maker is a great budget player, but he is a mismatch for Kareem. There is no way he's going to be able to defend him. I knew that. Yes, Ty was playing with his budget squad, but a mismatch is a mismatch, and we are going to go after it. So we are trying to get the ball to Kareem with Thon Maker on him until he switches that. One, because Thon is a better shooter. When Thon's on the court, I'm in more danger of deep threes than when his backup center was on the court. So if he's going to keep Thon in the game, I want to abuse Thon to make him take Thon out of the game and put the other center in. That makes offense more difficult for him and defense easier for me. Makes sense. So I'm calling a play here. Punch 12 spread. It isolates Kareem in the post. He has to help. Now we get an open 3 with Tyler Herro. Now he has to play Kareem every time down the court. We force a missed shot here. We come up the court, get it into Kareem again, trying to utilize him, get it out to Tyler Herro again. Finally, tie the game up, battle back, and get back into the game. Now, Ty is a little bit more uncomfortable in this situation. He's still a very composed and comfortable player and calm player, but the game is tied now. So any change in the swing is very, very instrumental in the game. We get a nice defensive possession here with another chance to go up in the game. We're moving all over the place, force a bad shot, get the rebound, and what does Ty do? Like a composed, smart IQ player, he fouls me and does not allow the fast break three. Shout out to him for doing that. That takes IQ. You have to know that a fast break three is coming. He stopped it, and then he was able to get a steal here. That was a huge swing in the game. Yes, I made a mistake by trying to force the ball to Kareem, but none of that would have been able to happen if he didn't have the IQ to foul me and stop that fast break three. Definitely shout out to Ty for that. I do the same thing, and I think you guys should do that more. If somebody is going to be going on a fast break in a tie game, you should foul them just like he just did. All right here we have another play where I wanted to act like I was going to Kareem, so I wanted to force him to Kareem. So we have two people on Kareem right here. He did a great job at rotating, and I passed it to Worthy instead of Giannis in the corner. I should have died at the corner, but he rotated so well, read the read to Worthy, and was able to get another steal to get up the court. Now, even though we were covered well on defense, this is the thing I hate about 2K the most this year. We played so well. We stopped the rim run, we stopped the drive, and he was able to get a kick out shot to Lance Stevenson. Now, why did that happen? Check out the pump fakes. Look at Tyler Herro. I didn't switch to him at all. The CPU comes into the lane because of the hop step and the pump fakes. They do it all the time. You don't make them do it, they just do it. He's able to get an open three on a possession that could have swung the game. Still, shout out to Ty. He knows what he's doing, but that changed the game definitely. I should have gotten a stop there, but we didn't. Tyler Herro, I don't know why you cut into the lane. I'm not mad at you in real life, but 2K, fix that. Right here, we get another deep pass rim run that we should have stopped. We have to get better at stopping that. Those of you that are watching this, make sure you understand you have to cut off the hash rim run. Ty does an excellent job at stopping that. There's not many times that you're going to rim run against him and get away with it. Just like you saw right there, he pinched very nice with the double team and was able to get a steal, and he gets a kick out three, and that puts him up by 8 in a nice swing of events where we were just tied a little bit ago, and now we have to try to battle back again with a minute and 50 seconds left. Right here, we hit Tyler Herro for a nice three to build us back into the game again. With just 1 minute left, we have to play great defense to get back into this game yet again. So in this possession, I switched back to my 3-2 zone just to get him a little bit more uncomfortable. Each time I ran this game, it flustered him a little bit to the point where he had to think about what he was doing more, and he didn't score, or I got a steal. What did I do? I choose to switch back to man and give up another deep hash rim run where I should have stayed right where I was because the time clock was going down or the shot clock was going down, and I could have gotten a stop. Mistake by me. Once again, you don't want to make those mistakes because he's going to capitalize on them. Now, of course, I wouldn't have sat in the zone the whole game, but that possession, I should have stayed in it, made him think a little bit more than he did. I was able to get another basket here, but the game did close out at a 50-57. I missed this shot here with Tyler Herro to bring us in within 4. I shot it late. Shout out to Ty for the game. That was definitely a great game. It was my 11-0 game, and he was still came through, gave me the W at the end. I appreciate that, although 2K still did not give me my Wilt Chamberlain. 2K, fix your game. I want my Wilt Chamberlain. I've gotten Wilt Chamberlain for 6 other people. I want my Wilt. But anyway, hopefully guys, you enjoyed that gameplay, man. It was a very fun game. I wanted to break it down and give you guys some of my thoughts on the game and some tips to give you to look for when you're playing against other people. Stopping the rim run, being patient, switching on defense, playing passing lanes, taking smart shots, taking care of the ball, shooting a high percentage. If you can notice, I was shooting like 78 or 80% the whole game. But since Ty had more possessions than me because he was able to get more steals, he was obviously going to win that game. Shout out to Ty once again. Great game. Go check out his channel, Tydebo 2405, if you want some more tips on defense. And of course, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that sub button, like the video. I appreciate y'all for checking it out once again. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.